In a faraway place, nestled against a backdrop of lush green mountains, there was a small, peaceful village. In the village lived a poor old woman. Despite often struggling to make ends meet, her greatest wish was to buy a bottle of sweet vinegar. One day, after a long day's work, she received her modest wages. Holding the money in her hands, she thought to herself, "I can now go to town to buy sweet vinegar." Early next morning, she set off for the town. She hurried all the way without rest. By noon, she had finally arrived in town. Heading straight to the bustling market, she spotted a sweet vinegar stall and went over to buy a bottle. On her way home, she passed through another village and came across a vendor selling amla fruit, a delightful treat she liked very much. So, she used all the money she had left to buy an amla. Eager to savor the fruit, she sat under a tree and enjoyed each and every bite. Satisfied and content after indulging herself, she moved on. Having walked under the scorching sun for some time, she became very thirsty. She looked around and saw a young woman washing clothes not far ahead. When she approached the woman, a pond came into view. But she had nothing to fetch the water with, so she called out to the woman, "Excuse me, could you please fetch me some water? I'm very thirsty." The young woman readily filled the bucket with water for her. As the old woman drank the water, she found it surprisingly sweet and refreshing. So she thought, the sweet vinegar is very tasty, but it can only be used as an ingredient in a recipe. But the pond's water is already so nice and tasty and ready for consumption without further preparations. Maybe I should exchange the vinegar for the water. So she told the young woman about her idea. The woman found it perplexing since not everyone could afford sweet vinegar. Moreover, this old woman standing in front of her didn't look well off at all. Now that she had the vinegar, why would she want to trade it for water? But the old woman continued to say, "I really like the water better than the vinegar. Can you please trade it for me?" At that, The young woman replied, "Okay, I'll change it for you." The old woman took the bottle of water and headed home happily. When she got home, she told everyone, "I went to town to buy sweet vinegar today, but on my way home, I found a pond where the water tasted even better than sweet vinegar. You must try it for yourselves. Here, have some." Everyone drank the water, but it was stinky and tasted awful. Confused, the old woman tasted it and found it hard to swallow. How could that be? Then it dawned on her. It was the amla fruit she had. After she ate the sweet and fragrant fruit, it left a lingering sweetness in her mouth. So when she later drank the water from the pond, the water tasted sweet as well. Looking at the water now, she saw it for what it really was, dirty and foul. Stay true to our goals. Do not get sidetracked by temporary distractions or impulses.